The two most important pieces of any crypto trading strategy are knowing when to buy and when to sell. The vast majority of people either buy way too late or sell everything way too late after the market has already crashed. This is what I did during my first cycle back in 2017. I ended up buying crypto way too late. Despite that, I still ended up making a fortune in the crypto market. But then I proceeded to hang on to my crypto all the way back down to the bottom. Learning my lesson in my second cycle, I bought early, held it all the way to the top and sold at the right time to make a fortune. Currently, I'm in my third crypto cycle. This time I had even better timing and was able to buy almost a week from the exact bottom. I'm hoping to sell closer to the top this time as well. This video is me detailing my exit strategy, my exact plan on how and when I plan to sell my crypto this cycle and hopefully time the top even better. I will also be sharing some of the signals that I'm using to know when we are getting close to the top later in this video. Spoiler alert. Obviously, I don't think we have topped yet this cycle, and yet that we still have quite a way to go to and quite a bit higher to go from here. For me personally, I'm not an active trader but a long-term buy and hold investor when it comes to crypto. I try to time the bottom of the market and the top of the market, and that's it. Between the bottom and the top, I don't even try to time specific market dips. I don't ever try to look at the market and say, oh, I think in this season it might dip or it's looking a little bit oversold here. I don't do any of that. I just try to buy the crypto cycle as a whole at the bottom and sell the crypto cycle as a whole at the top. It is really difficult to try to time the market during those short-term dips, but the wider you zoom out and the bigger picture approach you take, the easier it is to predict what's going to happen, in my opinion. So for example, I have no idea if, say, tomorrow Bitcoin will be higher or lower. That's really hard for me to predict the exact price or movement of Bitcoin tomorrow. But if instead you ask me to predict whether Bitcoin would be higher or lower in the next 5 years, that would be a lot easier for me to assess. The more detailed you go, the harder it is to predict those small incremental things. The wider your view, the easier it is to predict big picture trends. So again, my strategy is just to try to get the two things right. When will be the market bottom and when will the market top? I don't even care if I'm perfectly right. I just care if I'm genuinely pretty close to the bottom and genuinely pretty close to the top. In my opinion, that's all I need to do to absolutely crush this cycle. I expect that rally to kick off the parabolic phase of the bull market with retail investors coming back and the market entering a full-fledged bull run like we see every single crypto cycle. My plan is to sell all of my crypto either in spring of 2025 or late 2025. So investing requires you to stay on your toes, keeping an eye on the market and adapting to what's happening. You can't lock yourself into one specific outcome. For example, if the rally I expect in late 2024 doesn't happen and instead occurs in spring 2025, I'm still okay. Nothing bad will happen to me. If I end up selling in spring 2025, late 2025, or early 2026, it doesn't matter to me. There is no bad outcome as long as I remain open to possibilities and adjust accordingly. The most difficult part of knowing when the top comes down to this. Most people don't see it. It's inherently hard to tell when you have reached the market's peak. In fact, when it's the top of the market, the best and most opportune time to sell, it often feels completely insane to consider selling. Like most people, during market peaks, the idea of selling feels absurd. But people think, why would I sell now? I'm making so much money. This is the worst time to sell. I need to hold on because my portfolio is going to double or triple. This mindset is exactly what I rely on, a specific list of top signals and indicators to determine when the red flags are blaring and it's time to consider selling. When I decide to sell, my overall plan is straightforward. Whenever I think we have hit the top, I sell 1/3 of my portfolio. In my opinion, it's too difficult for most people to sell everything at once. The fear of missing out is overwhelming, making it nearly impossible to pull the trigger on selling your entire portfolio all at once. By selling a portion, I can ease into the process. After selling the first third, I wait. I monitor the market to assess if I was correct or if I acted prematurely. Chances are my first sale will come a bit early. That's okay. With 2/3 of my portfolio still in play, I can enjoy continued gains without stressing about the market state. Next, when I feel strongly again that we have hit the top, I sell half of my remaining portfolio, the second third. I repeat the process: wait, watch, and act. Finally, when I receive confirmation that the market has truly peaked, I sell the last third, completely exiting the crypto market. Even after selling, I reserve 5–10% of my portfolio to play in the late stage crypto market. This is the phase where risky assets like Ponzi schemes and meme coins gain traction. These are highly volatile and incredibly risky, but they can yield massive returns if handled carefully. I don't allocate my entire portfolio to this. The 5–10% is enough to participate while minimizing risk. During this phase, my rule of thumb is simple. If one of these high-risk asset doubles, I take out my initial investment. If it triples, I take out my initial investments as well. This approach ensures I protect my capital while exploring these high-risk opportunities, avoiding significant losses if the assets collapse. Many people ask me what I do after selling. Will I put out entirely from the crypto market? Will I move my funds to a bank or into stablecoins? My answer is a mix of both. I will keep a significant portion in stablecoins, move some into my bank account, and diversify into other asset classes like real estate or stocks. While I don't yet have a concrete plan for diversification, I intend to allocate some funds to asset outside crypto. Once I exit the market, I plan to sit out of crypto for about a year, observing the market and waiting for signs of bottom. So timing the bottom often takes patience, but once I feel confident, I will re-enter the market to play my fourth cycle. I will approach this cycle more conservatively than previous one. During this year, I sit out, I will stay engaged in the crypto space. I will keep up with advancements, use on-chain tools, and deepen my understanding of how the ecosystem evolves. Staying informed is crucial for making sound investments when the time is right. The primary goal of a bear market is to preserve capital, your dry powder. Protecting that capital throughout the bear market allows you to deploy it at the right moment to capitalize on the market's eventual recovery. I'm looking at all the signals to determine if it's the top or not, rather than relying on any single one. Coinbase topping the Apple Store rankings. This is a pretty basic one that's widely known, but it has historically done a really good job of showing you when we're reaching the top of a bull cycle. Mentions of the super cycle or variants of the concept. When people start coming up with reasons and thoughts on why the cycle is different and we're not going to see the bear market, it's never going to collapse and we're going to keep out for a long time. This is typically a sign that it's time to sell. Ponzi schemes, meme coins, stable coins, slab coins, NFTs, etc. going crazy in the market. This is usually a sign of froth. So when there is a lot of attention on crypto and the attention may have peaked, there aren't many more participants on the sidelines able to come in. This means eventually prices are going to collapse. The typical 4-year cycle. This has historically been nearly 100% accurate in identifying tops and bottoms, showing when to buy and sell your crypto. It follows a very specific pattern that has repeated every single cycle so far. Now, obviously, one day this pattern has to break. It can't go on forever. One day, the 4-year cycle will be broken and it will no longer be a useful indicator. That could always be the cycle, which is why people don't rely on it solely. They assume, oh, okay, that's worked the past couple of cycles, but this time it won't. That could be true, but maybe it does work again. It's always one to look at, but take with a grain of salt. If you're wondering, currently the 4-year cycle pattern suggests we will top in late 2025. Your Uber driver telling you what to invest in. If your friends, family members, barber or school teacher, someone who doesn't have a background or experience in crypto is giving you their top altcoin picks, that's typically a sign that it's time to sell. Leverage entering the market. When people are maxing out their credit cards or mortgaging their house to invest in crypto, this kind of behavior, widely distributed throughout the crypto market, is a big red flag that it might be time to sell. Overwhelmingly bullish sentiment in the market. When the overall sentiment is that crypto is only going to continue going up and everyone is wildly bullish, that's a sign. If you have noticed this cycle, even in February when markets were doing really well, people weren't inherently bullish. In fact, they were quite bearish even as market hit all-time highs. That is not how it is in a full-fledged bull market. In those times, everyone is widely bullish. Big stupidity to sell. When it's actually time to sell, it will feel like the absolute worst time to do so. You will think you're just going to make so much more money. At market tops, everyone is too greedy to sell. Just as at market bottoms, everyone is too fearful to buy. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it to be notified each time I release a new video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!